Today my friend Corey and I decided to travel up to the North Cascades in the evergreen state of Washington. And what I'm doing today is testing out this Sigma f2.8 24-70 lens on the Lumix S5. Super pumped. We are in a beautiful scenario here right now with the green and everything. So the cool thing about this lens is that it's a constant aperture lens. So that means you can zoom out all the way to 70 millimeters and it will stay at constant f2.8 if that's where you want to be. And it allows for some really creamy bokeh that, you know, all of us video and photo people are looking for. I think it's dope. Truth is that I'm not much of a tech nerd. I don't really know all these specs and stuff. Really, this is gonna be more of a visual, like, check out what I can do with this setup, and you can too. If you wanna find out more like the specific like number stuff, don't look at this video, because I probably won't talk about it too much, maybe a little bit. Go on some like tech geek thing. This is more so, we're in the woods, we're gonna explore, I'm gonna shoot some shit with this camera, and it's gonna look cool, and that's it. What'd you think about that?
Good.
All right.
So the lady I was just talking to said, straight down this road is a city called Darrington, but I guess there was a bridge between here and there that's been damaged and you can't drive on it right now. They don't want anyone driving on it. So, but apparently if you park at the bridge and you walk 2 miles past the bridge, there's an entrance, there's a trailhead that you have to walk another 1.5 miles down, and it'll take you to some glacial caves. And I've never seen that, and I think it would be an interesting hike. What do you think, Dylan?
I guess we're gonna go find some glacier caves then. You guys should be in for a treat. I hope you stay along and watch. By the way, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button to help the YouTube algorithm. We got about 3.5 mile walk on foot, and that's what we're about to do right now. We just got to the location, but check out to the scenery over here.
I strapped my very expensive camera to the hood of my car using this suction cup device. I mean, it's pretty on there, right? Like, and that's with it like unlocked. This is a slide pod. It is a slider monopod combination, and you know, it like expands, it grows. It's made out of carbon fiber, and it's kind of a beast tool for photography. We're venturing beyond the gate. The hardest thing a wedding photographer has to do is like turn their aperture to f1.4 and like, you know, add some bokeh. Probably the coolest thing that I shot in the Army was a munitions dump explosion, right? Like 15,000 pounds of missiles and grenades and bullets and rocket launchers, and we spend all day packing up, and then I take photos of them setting it all up, and then I start helping them, right? And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, man, how often in my life am I ever gonna get to put a missile onto a pile of grenades and bullets, right? And they're like, oh, good point. We do it all the time, so it's boring for us. But like, I got to do everyone's job in the Army like once a day, right? Or for one time or one day, you know? So we go, when we're all ready, like they rig it to explode, and then we go a mile out, and we're standing on top of this sand dune in the middle of Kuwait, and like they're doing the countdown, and then all of a sudden, around the backside of this other sand dune, comes this RV and all these camels, and we're like, all right, stop. And we race down there, and we're like, whoa, dude, you gotta leave. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? You know, this is my country, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, well, there's like 15,000 pounds of explosives, and you're like in the blast radius. So if you don't leave, you know, like, it's not gonna work out for you. And like, you just saw this explosion, like, growing, like, you know, and then like a few seconds later, you just felt this shock wave rush past you, and you saw like the bullets flying into the sky, and you know, it was like all hell was. I mean, it was the closest thing I've ever seen to a nuclear explosion, and you could feel it from a mile away. Like you could feel the heat coming off this explosion, and it was incredible. And I don't have those photos anymore. Those photos are long gone. I wish I were a more responsible photographer when I was a young guy, but I was not.
What do you guys think about this lens so far, huh? Would you get it if you were about it? I love it, personally. Well, ice caves kill. Wouldn't you know?
I'm not kidding.
So, we just heard a really loud, kind of like thunderous noise coming from that direction, which is the direction of these giant mountains and supposedly ice caves. We're suspecting it's some type of avalanche or the ice caves kind of caving in from each other. So the chances of us probably getting super close to them might be risky, but so far this whole journey has been definitely worth it. Nice butt. Okay. Alright, well, this is our first major obstacle here. The bridge is out. So we couldn't make it to the ice caves because the bridge was closed, and by closed I mean it just kind of like stopped it. Like you couldn't cross, and there was no way in reasonable sight that we could figure out on how to cross the river to get to the ice caves. Slightly disappointing, but I mean, come on, if you see everything around us, not that disappointing, you know what I mean? This is what this lens can do if you've been like analyzing the shots I've been taking and liking what you see. I've been shooting on it for like 2 weeks now, and it's pretty cool. I feel like the Lumix S5 and this lens is a pretty solid vlogging setup. It's on the heavier side, sort of. I mean, if you don't mind that, it has really good quality and shoots 4K 60. Anyway, I'm gonna pack up my camera, and this is the end of this video because I'm exhausted. We just walked for I don't know how long, and we have to walk all the way back. And I think I just need to put my nose to the grindstone and focus on walking instead of shooting. All right.